Welcome and thank you for joining us today.
We're Derps and Burps, the podcast for all gamers, spiritual souls, and creative minds out there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Derps and Burps podcast with your favorite hosts. Hopefully, if we're not your favorites, fuck you, Steffu and Julia. It's a
After
me.
44, it's again. She
did
can't do it, guys. She can't.
Next one.
She has one job, and I only have to say one word, and we fuck it up every
I
single
just
time.
said end. You said the Julia part though. Kinda.
Oh, we could do that as well, yeah.
Oh,
We
you
need to-
said
oh,
the
we
end, Steffi, and then
Yeah.
you said okay. Now I'm prepared for the next episode. See, you can see where we don't even put the effort in cutting this off. You can enjoy this journey with us as well. Maybe at one point we're gonna learn how to say hi to each other. So yeah, guys, in case you didn't listen to last week's episode, first of all, sorry that the first video we uploaded on YouTube was a little bit wrong. It was only 20 minutes, but we fixed it pretty fast, so most of you probably didn't even notice. Sorry again for that. We're gonna be more careful with that in the future. Today's episode 44, what are we going to talk about? We're gonna be talking about, like we said in the episode before, about weeb stuff. We kind of wanted to start with that last week, but then we ended up talking way too much, as per usual. So that topic is for this episode. So this is all about weebing out. Are we weebs? Are we fake weebs? How long are we into that kind of stuff, and so on and so on. So if you're interested in that, this is your time. You know what I mean? So I just realized I had my camera on Discord for you. Why? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, weeb stuff. Before we get into the weeb stuff, as per usual, we're gonna be talking about news, what's new in our life, what has happened, what is gonna happen in the near future. So, Steffi, let us know what's going on in your life.
What's going on? I'm excited for the photo shoot we gonna have this weekend. This gonna be cool.
Maybe explain what's happening. So Steffi.
No.
I'm not
It's a
saying who's coming
surprise.
over.
No,
I just
don't.
want to say, okay, I'm not
We can
saying
say that, but like what we do, I wouldn't like.
I honestly don't even know what we're doing.
The costumes
Yeah, but that's all.
in the forest.
Yeah.
Okay, we're saying it anyways, with fog and everything. I even ordered some smoke bombs for it in different colors, which I hope will arrive by then.
Okay.
So we have that. Yeah, great, guys.
I
Photo
think
shooting, but Julia has no clue what we're doing.
Yeah, can I take my mask? I think I want to
Both.
take
I would do both. Yeah, we
Okay.
can. Let's take a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
and then we just decide like what we want to do.
Maybe we can do some OnlyFans content. in the
Yeah, I
future
was
as
about
well
to say
here.
maybe we can take off a few parts of our clothes and take some other pictures as well, you know.
I like the way you think. Okay, so anyway, Steffi and Nita coming to Carinthia to sleep in my place for 2 nights. I hope you guys gonna take your cat allergy medicine with you. And we're gonna have nice food. I already checked. Verena and Sabrina are gonna come for dinner with us. I'm probably gonna see if I can get a table at the Portuguese restaurant here. It's like a good veggie/vegan Portuguese restaurant here. So
Nice.
I'm gonna see if we can get a table for us. Yeah, sorry for interrupting you. So yeah, photo shooting, you excited for that?
Beside that, I think I mentioned it last episode. My stream schedules are back. I just need to sort out or find out now with the Christmas market starting soon as well. To be correct, on the 18th of November, but I'll start afterwards because we have the photo shooting there, right? So I'll be working a lot at the Christmas market, but there will still be some stream schedules. It's just week per week, probably different with the times, because depending on how I have to work. I try to work early, so work until 2 to 3 every day. Yeah, and then I'm free in the afternoon where I can stream then. That's basically the plan. Beside that, I don't really have anything new. I bought a pretty cool bench for all my footage and things and toys for the pictures, the latex suits and everything, so I can store that in a pretty cool
Bench? You mean like
leather
a
bench.
oh,
I bought a
like
long
a
leather bench. It's basically a casting couch, just smaller, will. It looks pretty cool. I can take cool pictures on that as
okay,
well.
okay, okay, okay. I
Mhm.
see, Steffi.
But
It's
beside
the
that,
content box.
it's the content
You
bench.
remember
Yes.
Steffi at the beginning of the year? Yeah, nah. OnlyFans wasn't my thing, and now she's like
It
more
wasn't back
committed
then.
into it than me again.
Yeah. Now that
Proud of
I'm
you, proud of you.
degrading people, I actually enjoy it again.
It's nice. It's nice. I'm happy you enjoyed. Um,
What about
yeah.
you?
For me, I'm really in a Christmas mood. I really have to fight myself for not putting up my Christmas tree yet. Like it's so weird. Like it was just like Halloween is over. Um,
It's
we
Ben.
we played Ben played Mariah Carey and she defrosted and then you know it
Mhm.
happened and now I'm like fuck I really want to put up my Christmas tree and I think I might actually I know that you should not do it before December but I already bought some things like I bought some nice ornaments already and some hand towels because so I started this weird thing so we have a TK Maxx in Klagenfurt now for a few months
Mhm.
and every time I go there, it's like another season, before it was like Halloween,
Mhm.
now it's like Christmas. And for Halloween, I found those nice like hand towels with like
Mhm.
dogs and pumpkins on it. So I have this new thing where in my guest toilet, I always have now themed hand
Oh my
towels,
god. Yeah.
if that makes sense. Not in my
Yeah.
main bathroom, but like for the guests. So now I bought like Christmas themed hand towels for the bathroom for the guests.
Mhm.
So I found that kind of stuff. So I'm like already like, oh my god, I just wanna put all the decorations up and make it cozy and fussy and warm. It's also getting cold. So I'm like, I just wanna be comfy and cuddly and everything.
You know what
You
stresses me
yeah,
out with that? Sorry.
what is it?
Um I usually plan or find Christmas presents before December, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't have that much stress within the month, right?
Mm-hmm.
During the month. I don't have a single present
Oh,
yet,
I don't have any yet either. I
and
don't
that
I don't
stresses
know
me.
at all. Yeah, same
I need to
actually
write
now.
down something.
The Christmas presents.
No,
You
no,
can
yeah, something else.
so yeah, and then this year we're not going to France for Christmas. Or
Mhm.
I'm not Nathan is probably going to France, but I'm not. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna celebrate Christmas with my dad, my stepmom, and my brother. Because
Mhm.
it would be too stressful with the dogs.
Yeah.
Usually we're always like staying for a week or something. But this time the parents of Nathan straight after Christmas drive in a different part to France to spend
Mhm.
time with friends of them. And
Mhm.
so, we drive like over 8 hours there with both dogs, and James is
Yeah.
still small and stuff like that. So we were like, okay, if we only under quotation marks like stay 4 or 5 days for driving 8 hours in one direction with two dogs, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? If you want to go, you go spend time with your family for Christmas. I can decorate and fully enjoy Christmas at home. I can
Mhm.
celebrate Christmas also with my stream. And maybe spend time with people that don't get to celebrate with people they care about. Um, so yeah, Christmas is gonna be at home with my parents. Nathan might stay here, but most likely gonna go to France.
Mhm.
Beside of that, what's new? I got kicked into the uterus by my period. I'm
Mhm.
suffering. I have the period shits. I have pain, but I take painkillers, so I'm okay.
Mhm.
Also, by the way, I wanted to say thank you for like all the ladies that listen and heard me complain about my period before and send me actually a
Mhm.
lot of tips regarding that. So thank you so much for that, ladies. I've been trying a lot of the things that you told me and it's helping. I'm actually surviving my pains way better now.
Nice.
Um Beside of that, I'm not 100% sure. I think I talked about it on a podcast for a
We
short
did.
duration of time. It's about the whole booking and working out. So I'm in the middle, or I'm almost done with the first half of my book. So I do
Mhm.
4 weeks booking, 2 weeks maintenance, 4 weeks booking. So my book is over with New Year's. So New Year, new
Mhm.
me. Then the cut starts. So actually, good timing by Laura there. Was
Mhm.
actually not intended, but the way the weeks fall, it's exactly that. With the new year, I start my cut. So I'm excited for that, and I can also eat through all Christmas. Um,
Uh,
So bulk is going really good. I didn't really gain a lot of weight so far,
Mm-hmm.
but I take pictures like every week and measurements, and I've gained so much muscle just from eating so much food, and I really have to
No.
force myself to eat. Like it's like almost it's almost a fight, for me to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
down all the food now. So I think I'm completely cured from eating. Like sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, like I check and I only ate like half my calories of the day, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat.
Ugh.
But yeah, so it's more force feeding than anything. But it's
Mm-hmm.
insane how much I get stronger in the gym. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really nice for me. Yeah, beside of that, there's not really anything new. This week is gonna be a little bit stressful. Because I need to fit in 4 days at the gym, and you guys are coming by. I thought you would stay one
Mm-hmm.
night, to be honest, but now you're staying two
I mean,
nights.
that doesn't matter. Like you go, you do you. Like you do your
Yeah, but
stuff.
the
I
thing
need to
is,
drive to my parents anyways.
but that's the thing, like if I go to a gym, I'm gone for 2.5
Yeah,
hours roughly, and
and
I go like in the evening. So
and
yeah,
you think
but
we can't watch Netflix or anything
yeah,
meanwhile?
but you want to go to your parents at night, no?
Yeah,
Because I
I'm
go in the
going to my
evening.
parents
Because
meanwhile. Yeah, that's fine.
but then Nita is alone at my place.
Nita can go with me or she can watch Netflix if she wants.
She's gonna sleep at your
I
parents'
don't
place.
think we're gonna no, but I can bring her back.
You
Like
would you would drive to
I
fucking
doubt
back and forth. It's
yeah, I
fine. I
doubt that
I
we
already
get
planned
bored,
it
Julia.
that way. That no, it's not that you get bored, but like I usually go in the evening with Varina. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna because you come on Friday afternoon, right?
Mhm.
So you leave what 3, 4 or something you said?
We can leave on Saturday as well.
No,
I
it's fine.
can.
So Verena is gonna come in the afternoon. Like I think she works till 3 or 4. Then she's coming at
Mhm.
my place. We're gonna work out at my place, and then
Mhm.
it's fine. It's fine. So we already squished it all in, and then Sunday evening I go again. It's
Mhm.
fine.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I
Okay.
built everything around you guys. I just
Aw,
needed to
thank you.
know. Yeah, and beside of that, there's nothing really new. Lots of work, lots of stuff to do. I feel like I fell behind again with all of the
Mhm.
content I want to create. Sorry, Blinky's pooping right now, in case you hear that. So I feel like I'm far behind when it comes to things again.
Mhm.
Sadly, I would probably have to take a few days off. But man, I'm gonna be honest. Working out that much takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like 4 days a week, 3 hours or something like that, with like
Yeah. Yeah.
driving back and forth between the gym. But yeah, anyway, you gotta do what you gotta do, and treat your body like the temple it is. Anyway, we're gonna go
Exactly.
to the listener of the week. Who is our listener of the week? Stefan, tell us.
Listener of the week is Rita Nabais. Leaked. Is it? No, I
Yeah,
think I
it's the leaked
copied the.
OnlyFans content. Is it the wrong one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Never mind. Sorry. Restart. Rita Nabais on the leaked OnlyFans content episode, podcast episode 42. And she says, I'm so happy you guys, as content creators, get to defend yourselves against these trolls on a quotation mark or just malicious people. And that's what, for me, makes me see OnlyFans as a good platform, regardless of the content people believe to be the most consumed there. And more power to you guys for being able to showcase whatever you want, as it is your body, your day, whatever the fuck it is, with the plus of feeling safe while doing it.
Thank you so much. Ita,
Much
you
love.
know it. You know it. You
Much
know it.
love.
I also want to say, I just want to address something because I was thinking about answering the whole thing in the
Mm-hmm.
comments or
Mm-hmm.
not. Like
Mm-hmm.
under our OnlyFans content, there was somebody commenting about that I'm under quotation marks scamming people with my OnlyFans because I said in one of the episodes that there was a guy complaining about that he subbed to my OnlyFans and he didn't get any
Mm-hmm.
nudes, so he felt like he got scammed. And so then there was somebody else answering to this that I am indeed scamming people on my OnlyFans because I don't show my vajayjay or my nipples there.
She's a scammer. She's a
Yeah,
trap, yeah.
definitely a scammer. So I just want to point out one more time for the people that don't know, OnlyFans is actually not intended as a porn platform. Or like nudity or whatever it is. It is literally made to sell your content behind a paywall,
Yeah.
basically, or charge extra for specific content that you just want to create for
Porn in
people that
specific.
pay for it. Of course, this platform is used
Yeah.
mainly for pornographic content because it is under the TOS that is allowed to share it there, which is not allowed on a lot of other platforms. So
Yeah.
obviously it is used for that, but mostly it is just used to connect with your fans on a more intimate level where you only have like a smaller community, and that is what I enjoy there. And I just
Yeah.
want to point out on my profile, before you subscribe, the first thing that it says is no sexual content, no nudity, no nothing. And if you, sir, lady, or anything in between, if you are not able to read and then pay $10 to write me a DM and say, send me your vagina, and I say, I'm not sending you nudes. And then they're like, wow, I get scammed. Then I'm sorry, but I take those $10 and you are really fucking stupid. And I don't even
Yep.
care that you can't read a fucking sentence. So
Yep.
if you want to complain about it, go ahead. I never claimed anywhere that I do any pornographic or sexual content. If you assume that and you choose to ignore the facts, then that is your own thing. But Steffi, thank you so much. You're doing it right because you sell stuff that he wants.
I'm here for you guys. I'm doing it. I'm your mommy.
Steffi's
Yep.
your dummy mommy. She does it. So anyway, I just want to rant about that. So listen, it's the same as saying like I'm a Twitch streamer. I'm a female on Twitch and I don't do hot tub streams or ASMR licking anything content. So I'm doing it wrong clearly on Twitch as well, right? So
You're a woman. You're doing it wrong.
exactly. So clearly that is exactly
No.
what I do. I scam and do everything wrong on every single
No.
platform, clearly.
And
So I just
people
wanted
once
to clear
again
that up.
can't
So
read.
please just shut the fuck up about it because you clearly have no idea what you're talking about. I don't care that you had like a nice conversation with that person in the comments, because I couldn't have. I would have just told them to shut the fuck up, read TOS, read the description of my profile, and fuck off and shut the fuck up. That's what I would have done. But thank you for being so
Yep.
kind, Steffi, to our listeners.
You're welcome.
Because I
You're
wouldn't be.
welcome.
Oh, true. They have to pay for you to be rude, right? See, that's
Yep.
the difference. Like,
I'm not
Steffi,
doing it for free, guys. Sorry.
No,
You don't
I'm
get that.
being rude to you for free. Don't worry about it.
No.
I can see if you're paying me, I'm being nice to you.
Yeah, you can do it the other way around.
Actually true. Oh my god, it's actually hilarious. There's difference between Steffi and me. You pay her, she's a fucking dick to you. You pay me, I'm being freaking nice. If you don't pay us, Steffi's being really fucking nice, and I'm
Yep.
being a real fucking asshole. So you can choose, who you wanna
Yep.
pay. So anyway, I think enough of the typical OnlyFans talk and Christmas stuff. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my puppy in the back. She's a little bit whiny because she wants to be around Nathan at all times, and she can't right now. So I'm trying to ignore her because in the last few days she always got what she wanted. She's like, please let me go to Dad. I want to go up in Dad's office. But Nathan is practicing a little bit, all the time now. So it's easier for him to focus if Jinx is with me. So if you hear a little bit of whining, she is not in a distress. I was literally outside. She peed and pooped with her before we started recording the podcast. I just need to show her boundaries right now, and she needs to learn that she has to chillax sometimes. She cannot have it her way all the time. That's the Dugu puberty for you. But yeah, and there's another litter box that's being cleaned in the background. we have a nice background kulisse. I don't know how to say it in English. We have a nice background noise
Ambience.
today.
Yeah,
Ambient sounds. Yeah, exactly. If you need that to sleep, I can record an endless loop
Cats
of
and dogs shitting and whining.
Exactly. You're at the right place. Anyway, so what we wanted to talk with you about today is weep stuff. Are we weeps? Are we fake weeps? How long are we weeping it out? What are our favorite movies and mangas? Do we watch hentai? What are our favorite childhood mangas or animes? That kind of stuff. And we actually, funny enough, had that conversation already. Like, Fudge literally told me earlier that I'm not a real weeb because I just watch the mainstream shit. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna
He's
address
white
all of this
knighting.
exactly. He's one of those gatekeeping weeps, that doesn't want
Yeah,
any
yeah.
filthy casuals in there. But little does he know, most of the people are filthy casuals. No, the sounds here today are beautiful. So anyway, Steffi, would you call yourself a weep, and explain us a little bit how you got into weebism? Weebism?
Into weebism. To be fair, no, I call myself a fake weeb because I mainly consume hentai or yeah, just yeah, the filthy shit. I do I did was interested in it when I was a child. Like I watched everything on I think it was on RTL 2, like RTL 2,
Mm-hmm.
RTL 2
Mm-hmm.
back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Pokemon, Sailor Moon, Digimon, all of that stuff, like Detective Conan and all the like shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I also was very into like drawing back then. And I drew, and that's the funny thing, like I bought myself this manga, like how to draw manga book, um, and I drew a girl. I was into that shit back then already, guys. And I realized, I think last year when because my dad still had that painting in my old room on one of the closets, and it was a woman, like a girl with two like braided buns or
Mm-hmm.
like braids, two braids, and then she had a fucking choker with the chain on her fucking neck. And I drew that and I was like, okay, Steffi, you see the connection here, like you didn't know back then, but yeah, it was there already. So yeah, it was weird to see because I was fucking young and my parents didn't say anything, so they probably either just didn't care or just said, okay, yeah, let's just let her
She
do her
doesn't know
stuff.
what she is. She doesn't know.
She's drawing. Yeah, so I drew a lot of mangas back then. Back in art school, when I did the test to get in, you weren't allowed to actually put some manga drawings into your like art map because that was something that was an absolute no-go. Like they
Really?
hated it because they said manga anime is no art. You don't have to be able to draw or anything. It's literally just, I don't know, copy paste if you wanna, if you may. So yeah, I didn't really do it anymore because it's not real art, or it wasn't real art back then,
Mm.
right? And I so I kind of stopped drawing mangas. I have to say I had the hugest crush on Ash. Ash was my boy
Oi,
from
oi,
Pokemon.
oi.
I don't know why, but I found him hot back then. I really found him hot.
Mm.
And then it kind of stopped. Like I never really got like in my teens, I didn't really consume any manga or anime. Obviously like Sailor Moon and stuff was always like in my mind or like present, right? But I didn't like actively watch anything or regularly watch anything. And then it started again because a friend and I started watching Sword Art Online,
Mm-hmm.
which I really, really, really enjoyed. Before that, I think I watched the basic stuff, like the mainstream stuff, right? A Death Note. I watched Kakegurui. I watched Bofuri. It's basically called how to max out your defense without dying. Is it that? Or I don't want to get hurt, so I max out my defense.
Oh
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically the MMO anime we
Mm-hmm.
started. It's a super troll one, but I like that. Demon Slayer, obviously. I never watched Attack on Titan or Jujutsu Kaisen or anything,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul. I'm reading it. Like what I prefer, I have a bunch of mangas at home. So what I
Mm.
usually do is I read them first and see everything in black and white, right? And then I watch the anime to it.
Mm.
That's how I do it usually. But yeah, I'm a fake weeb. I'm just here for the Overwatch porn, and I'm glad Overwatch 2 is back, so there's more content,
Awesome.
guys.
Yeah,
What about you?
for me, the weebing, I think it started similar how it did for you. So it was back
Mhm,
then RTL2, which is a TV channel in
mhm,
Germany, and that you can get in Austria, like all the German speaking countries. And so as Steffi already said, we had all the classics. We had Pokemon, we had Digimon, we had Conan, we had Dragon Ball that I loved,
Oh yes.
Naruto,
Never watched.
Yu-Gi-Oh, like all of those kind of things. And that was always the thing when we came home from school. That would
Mhm.
be on TV. So
Mhm.
I would be watching that. And I think that is how I really fell in love with it. And
Mhm.
I think my favorite, like I liked Pokemon obviously a lot. That was like
Mhm.
one of the first ones because that was I think still in like primary school, where I remember like learning all the first 150 Pokemon by heart, knowing all
Mhm.
the names and having the sticker albums and the games, and that was like the first thing I got really obsessed with.
Mhm.
And the thing when I got older that I grew kind of more into was like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, like
Mhm.
I got really, really obsessed with. Like I had everything Dragon Ball that you could find, and
Okay.
I think my first like weep crush was Son Goku.
Oh
Because
no.
obviously like he was muscular, he was funny, he was he was
Hello there.
uh he was cute, he was goofy, he was a little bit like, how do you say it? I don't know. Like he was the kind of guy that I wanted to be
She's
with.
blushing, guys.
A
She's
little bit, a little
blushing,
bit.
guys.
So yeah, so Son Goku was my first crush. Little did we know that nowadays I end up with somebody that's more like a Vegeta or Vegeta. I don't
Mhm.
know how to say his
Yeah.
name in English because for the people that don't know, in Austria everything is fucking dubbed. Okay, so we watch it with German dubs. And fight me on that, but Dragon Ball has actually good dubs. Like
Okay.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
voice actors in German Dragon Ball are actually good. I don't watch anything else dubbed. I only watch subbed anime, but that was
Same,
actually
yeah.
really good. Um so yeah, anyway, that was like the first thing I got into. And then we had a toy store in our city. I forgot what it was called. It had like a Schaukelpferd on it, like a toy horse that you could ride on. I don't know what
Yeah,
it's called.
yeah,
Like it
yeah.
was
I
like
have
a
no idea.
a fancier toy store where they also had like comics, and they
Mhm.
were the only store that had like a manga slash anime corner where they also did like drawing contests and like drawing classes,
Ah.
like I think once a month or something like that. And my mom and my aunt, I think it was, they really knew that I liked watching manga and anime, and they somehow saw that they had this. And my
Yeah.
mom brought me there once. I think it was in her work break, and she needed to kind of get rid of me for a little bit for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And she just pushed me into a store and we're like, look upstairs, there's this weep stuff. You go look at it. Obviously, she didn't know it was called weep stuff, but she was like, they have your anime books. And I was like, oh mom, that's called a manga, you idiot. And was so embarrassed, but I went up there and like I met friends with people, and I remember for my birthday after I find them, like I would go there like every month and I would draw, and I bought my first book with my own money, same as you, like how to learn how to draw manga and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And so I started drawing and I really got into it. I luckily for me in art class, I was okay to draw this.
Mhm.
Um the only thing my art teacher said that I have to use all the techniques of art that we learn in
Mhm.
school and
Mhm.
use it with it. So I could have the
Mhm.
lines of having like in a manga drawing, but I have to use watercolor. I have to
Mhm.
use oil painting or whatever it is. So
Mhm.
I have to make it my own style. So I was luckily allowed to use that. And then for my birthday, actually till this day, one of my favorite animes. My aunt actually, she told me afterwards, she went to the store and said, "Give me your most or your best anime movie that you can buy on like a DVD." So it was like the first.
Yeah.
It was also I think my first DVD I ever got, and I remember watching it on my PlayStation 2 because I didn't have a DVD player. So it was called X the movie. So thinking
Yeah.
back, I would be like buying a movie that's called X the movie. I mean, auntie, okay. I
18
see
plus
where we're
question
going.
mark?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
No, it was really cool. It was something. It was also in German. It was something with like Earth, Earth and Himmels und Erddrachen, Earth and Sky Dragons. They were
Mhm.
fighting a war, and there was a love story in it. And it was pretty like gory and dark and sad. And it's till this day, I think, just because it was like my first real anime I had on a DVD that I could watch over and over again, and I drew it
Mm-hmm.
all the time. That is till this day, I think, my favorite anime. I think it's like made in 1990 something, so it's pretty
Mm-hmm.
old. I think there's even also a remake of it from the 2000s. You should really watch it if you haven't watched it yet, and you're a weep. It's really really good. Not a lot of people know it. Um, but it's really really good. I actually need to watch it without subs because I only know
Yeah.
it in German.
Yeah.
So that was the one where I really fell in love, and then my mom also bought me a subscription for a manga magazine because
Uh-huh.
so I obviously had like the Dragon Ball mangas, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody had, and you wanted to make like the whole book row, so
Sure.
you have
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
drawing and stuff. Um, and then my mom actually bought me a subscription of a manga that I didn't know. It was like something that came out like every 2 weeks or every month. It was called
Mm-hmm.
Daisuki. I don't know if
Okay.
anybody knows it. It was like a German manga with like cutesy love stories kind of thing. So it was not
Yeah.
gory or fighting stuff. It was more like targeted towards like a more feminine audience, I'd say.
Yeah.
Um and then I got this forever. And then I got into fashion school when I was 14, and back then a few guys were into anime, but girls were never, like, at least in
Mm-hmm.
my friend circle. I didn't know any girls that liked
Yeah.
anime or manga. And when I went to fashion school, you have to draw mannequins and like the fashion you design on mannequins. So you
Yeah.
learn the basic how to, like, the proportions, how to draw a body and so on. And I was the only person that gave them like a full, like, I had the full normal proportions that we had to draw in, and then I put a manga cutesy anime girl head on top of them. So all
Nice.
of my fashion stuff had manga faces. So, and like the crazy hair and
Yeah,
everything, and
yeah.
oh my god, everybody was always making fun of me, and it looked horrible in retrospect because I wasn't that good at it. But yeah, I can show
But
you
the
at one
idea is
point.
so cool.
Yeah, I liked it. Like, when I got older, I got a little bit embarrassed about it. Like, when I was like 14 to 16, I made the manga once, and then because I was always made fun of for the hair and it looking weird, I then switched to drawing more in like a pinup style. Kind of like
Mm.
I slipped from the manga style into drawing more like a tattooish pinup girl style. That's how it shifted for me when I got older, because you're in that school from 14 to like
Yeah.
18, 19. So I would say when I was 16, I kind of drifted up and went more into the pinup area
I would have
era for
hyped you
me.
up if I
I know
would
it
have
would have been
seen
so cool if it
that.
would have been the same, but I didn't have, like, nobody understood. Also, my teachers were always like, "Oh yeah, it's weird, those
Peasants.
comic things." Like, I had one teacher that was really cool. That was like really supportive for unique styles. It was like
Mhm.
she really enjoys when somebody has their own style that stands
Mhm.
out. But most of the other teachers were a lot like, "Oh yeah, everything needs to be conform.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be the same. Like, if you're standing out, it's not good." But if you think about it, especially in
How dumb
fashion,
is it? Yeah, it's basically the
exactly,
same in my art school. It was the same. One of the teachers always wanted us to draw the way she wanted it to be rather than expressing our creativity. Like, what the fuck
exactly.
is it? I'm going to a fucking art school or fashion school to express myself and my style, bro. So
Yeah, but
dumb.
that is so stupid. Like, I will never
Yeah, it
understand
is.
that either. I understand that there's some ground rules when it comes to
Obviously.
fashion,
Yeah.
under quotation marks, about how a certain standard should look like, but still that you're not allowed to give that standard your own twist. I
Yeah.
think, as you said, like that, and then, like in other points, like, oh yeah, all your dresses look the same. Yeah, because that's the fucking trend, how the dresses look like right now. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not allowed to draw in a style that I want. But then when we all have dresses without like straps or something that are like tight on the top and then like fluffy
Yeah.
on the bottom, that's then a problem because everything looks the same. Like, for me, I didn't
No shit.
understand it back then and I still don't understand it now. But I think, I mean, I don't know if it's still the same in like all of
Mm.
those creative schools, but I honestly, if I look at art now, the art that most of the time really gets to me is the one that's really unique, that stands out,
Obviously,
that is
yes.
edgy or different, or
Yeah.
I don't know. So I think it's really sad that I didn't got pushed more into like, hey, I think it's really cool, and the same for you probably as well. You don't get pushed to develop your own
Yeah.
style, but more get forced into, oh yeah, that should be the eye shape that you draw. It should be more a realistic looking eye than like a comic-y looking one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. And then in the end I ended up, I don't know. I don't know if you're the same, but when I learned drawing, like obviously you learn out of books or whatever it is, and first you start copying people's styles, right? You try
Mhm.
to copy a specific style, you draw an eye and something like that. And that's how I think more or less everybody learns, because it's hard to
Yeah.
draw something out of your imagination. But as soon as you start putting your own twist on it and then sticking to that style, that's when I think it starts getting cool. But
Yeah.
I always got discouraged when I gave something my own
Twist. Yeah.
style or twist. I think, and that's really sad, because I really look up to those people that have their own styles, and now I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I never wanted to, because I always got told something doesn't look like other people's drawings, then it's not good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. I
So,
think that would have been different if you went to our like art school because it
mhm,
was an actual like my major was art. We had fashion as well,
mhm,
which probably was the same as
mhm,
yours in your town. But when it comes to that, like within the class, people among each other like supported each other with the stuff
mhm,
because we had insane artists there as well.
yeah,
Like they still draw till this day and they have insane skills.
yeah,
You and you're just impressed by it. So I think class-wise in your with your mates it would have been different probably
mhm,
because people hype each other up about their own styles.
yeah, yeah,
But then again the teachers were just like some of them just wanted you to do their shit and if you didn't do it you didn't get a good grade.
yeah, yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, that's how it was.
So yeah,
So you
that,
kind of lose your uniqueness
yeah,
or
for
some
sure,
or
for sure.
I I never really found mine to be fair
Yeah, me
because
neither. Me neither. To be honest, like I was in a phase where I copied other people's stuff because I thought it was cool, and I could imagine myself going in a similar direction as them.
mm,
But as soon as I did that, because that was not the norm, it got shut down instantly. So I was like,
yeah,
yeah, fuck it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not interesting enough.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that was my beginning of getting into weep stuff. And then
Mhm.
I would say I got a long, long time where I was not really into any
Yeah.
anime or manga. You wanted to say something, Steffi?
I just wanted to say, do you remember the Pokeballs with the what was with the candy in it you could buy at the gas stations and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
everywhere?
yeah.
Like I went to the gas station all the time because I wanted to have all like I wanted to collect all the Pokemons.
Oh.
So I bought the balls all the time, the Pokeballs, because I hoped to have a certain or specific like Pokemon in it. So I had so many of these. I was super into collecting
Hmm.
all that
I
stuff
had
back
all the
then.
cards and stuff, the cards and the
Cards,
manga.
yes.
Um,
I didn't
yeah,
have the
I'm
mangas
just drawing a
mangas
lot.
though.
To be honest, it was just drawing for me a lot. Like I have
Mhm.
still a lot of the really old mangas that I read, but my mom also threw a lot away. And then
Mhm.
let me just think. Like I don't really know what got me. Oh, I actually know what kind of. I mean, I don't know if that's considered weeb stuff, but then what kind of got me back into a little bit of weebing is like always the Final Fantasy games. I don't know
Mhm.
if you can consider. I mean, they're really weeby-ish,
I
kind
would
of.
say so. I
Yeah,
don't know
right.
if you can if it's defined by society as weeb stuff, but
Yeah, like I would say it's weeb stuff. So,
yeah.
um, every time a new Final Fantasy game came out, that kind of like reignited that feel of
Mhm.
like this. I don't know, even know. Can you say heroism? I don't know. Probably not heroism. I don't know. Like I always wanted to. Whenever you watch an anime, you get this
Mhm.
euphoric feeling of like when somebody's a hero or does something great or falls in
Mhm.
love, or they, for me anime always gives me so many emotions compared to normal shows. Like
Okay.
normal shows, of course, but for me, the storytelling of anime is
Mhm.
often so dramatized or
Yeah.
like um more intense because obviously it's fake stories and so on and so on and like I don't know, it's just always hits me way different. And
Mhm.
then I think I only just recently, like in the last few years, really started watching anime again.
Mhm.
um what did I watch? Like I obviously like watched the classics, like or classics, like all of the like Death Note, like everything that's like on Netflix basically, like all
Mhm.
the Death Note and Black Butler and I don't know, like all of those kind of things. And then obviously
Mhm.
I watched Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, what else is there? I'm just thinking
Nezuko.
like exactly. Demon Slayer. So like all of those kind of like under quotation mark like mainstream ones. And I also have to say, even though people don't really know that, but Nathan is a huge weeb.
Yeah.
When we moved together, every time he drives to France and he comes back home, he always loads up the car full of mangas. Like if you go up in his room, he has like shelves stuffed with mangas. Sadly, they are like all
French
in
or?
French, so I can't
Mhm.
really read them. But yeah, so we have like a shit ton of mangas. Like and for Christmas, I most of the time always give him like a new one. Like I don't know, I bought him like the whole Tokyo Ghoul series. I bought
Mhm.
him Bleach. He started getting the new Berserk, like the huge book collection. Like I don't know,
Uh-huh.
did you saw the new Berserk mangas? Like they make
No
those
idea.
huge books now.
Mhm.
Um that are like bound in leather and it just looks incredible. Like he got one of
Oh,
those I
cool.
think for last Christmas and stuff. But he doesn't really want to watch anime at the moment, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
Like I asked him this year and this year he's kind of not feeling it,
Mhm.
not weeping it out. But so
Mhm.
yeah, with Nathan we watched also we watched like Parasite. I watched all of Attack on Titan with Nathan. um yeah, it just makes me feel like a child again. And obviously I have all the crushes on everybody in all the animes, but
It's
I
so
would
funny,
say
right?
yeah,
How you can be like so attracted to a character. You know
yeah,
what I mean? An
yeah,
anime, not like a drawn character can be so fucking attractive. It's like,
yep.
okay.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. For me, there's mostly just one person or one character that I'm really into, and that's Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mhm.
I mean, holy moly, that I dream about him all the time. I don't know. That is my absolute favorite right now. Um,
She's blushing
I
again, guys.
yeah, I am. So yeah, Gojo is my absolute favorite when it comes to weeb crushes right now.
Mhm.
Um, beside of that, and then so yeah, this year I think is where I got really into it again.
Mhm.
Um, also I watch everything in Japanese with English subtitles. I also got myself, I don't know, I think in the beginning of the year or mid of the year, a Crunchyroll subscription because
Mhm.
obviously we all know you can watch that kind of stuff on other ways, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm annoyed of searching and
Yeah.
finding the right or good qualities and with the good subs and clicking through a million different porn ads and I don't know, ending up on websites where I'm afraid that I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose my firstborn when I fucking click a link or some shit. Um, so I'm now a Crunchyroll normie.
Mhm.
Um, I remember I had Crunchyroll a few years ago when the
When it was
website.
for free?
I think there was already a premium thing that you could
Mhm.
only watch like to a certain episode and then not the newest ones. But I
Okay.
remember buying a subscription a few years ago when the website still looked like ass and nothing like it looks right now. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for watching anime now, and then there was only shit animes on it. There was like
Yeah.
all the big ones were not on it, and now you have all the good stuff on Crunchyroll.
Nice.
So
Nice.
and you get the episodes like I think an hour after they come out in Japan or some shit. So
That's nice.
yeah,
Damn.
and it's like in the high quality. You have the good
Mm-hmm.
subs on it. I don't regret it. I
Nice.
subscribe. I'm not unsubscribing. I like it. Crunchyroll. If you want to sponsor our podcast, we should try them. Oh my god! Imagine. Actually, imagine we could give away some free subscriptions to Crunchyroll.
That would
Crunchyroll,
be
we see
insane.
you.
We see you. We
And
are the weeps.
we are the weeps that you need. We're like the old demographic for you. The old school weeps. And it's also actually really cool. Like I saw that they do like really cool premieres. Like there was, for example, the new One Piece movie that came out, I think.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it One
Yeah.
Piece? I think it was One Piece.
There's a movie
The
coming out.
red
I
something
even
like
saw
that.
it in cinema. I think that
Yeah,
was
exactly.
a
That's what I wanted to say. Like they make movie
trailer.
premieres in like actual cinemas where there's like huge advertisement, full on weeped out
Yep.
cinema and shit. And that is like my inner, I don't know, 12, 13, 14-year-old weep that wished when I
Yeah,
was
back
sitting in
then.
this little like toy store in the first floor up there in my little weep corner. That would have been my dream to once
Yep.
be at the fucking anime movie premiere in an actual cinema with like hundreds of people wanting to watch the same stuff as
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. And then through now being obsessed, I would say especially this year with anime again, I also got into hentai. But I think we talked about that already once. And I
I
cannot go
think,
back
yeah.
to watching normal porn anymore. It's just not doing it
Yeah,
for me.
I know, right? It's like it's not the same anymore. It's so
Mm-mm.
weird. Like you can't. Everything's just better.
Yep. It
It
is.
is.
It is.
Everything. The story, the plot
You know what?
twist, there
Because
is
there's
plot
an actual
twist.
story.
Yes, and
That's
that's
the
what's
thing.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't go back to normal porn. It's just
Nope.
boring.
Nope. You can definitely
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I have to say though, it is hard to find good stuff for specific characters like
Yeah,
Gojo or
there's a
something
lot
like
of
that. There's like small gifs and pictures and stuff, but like an extra good. I mean, the only good like real hentai that you can find everywhere is Overwatch porn.
I know. It's amazing. I love it.
And the quality of it, holy shit! It's because they
People
hacked the
put
source code of Overwatch, right, or something like that.
people put so much fucking work into the Overwatch porn scene, and it's amazing.
Did you
It's like
see? Did you see
what?
that I don't know, I think I saw something on Reddit or something that Overwatch tried to encrypt Overwatch 2
Yeah,
even harder
yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
people
So people
cannot
can't.
create porn out of it. And
What
so the
Blizzard
internet
doesn't.
is like, okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna try it even harder now to produce Overwatch 2
it's like
porn.
this is literally keeping the game alive. What do you think, Blizzard? Why Overwatch 1 was still alive after you not doing
Widow.
shit to the game for
Widow.
4 years?
Widow and
Widow,
Mercy.
Diva, Mercy, and
Yeah.
then there's one funny a porn where Mercy resurrects Reaper, I think, and then they fuck and some shit like that. There's so much amazing
I
stuff.
just
I just
always
love it.
see Genji,
Oh my god.
Genji and
Ah,
Mercy,
so
or
hot.
Genji and Widow.
So
Those are
hot.
the two that I
Oh,
always see
there's a lot of
when
gay
I did
stuff as
research, of
well.
course. Yeah,
Um,
true.
a Diva Widow, a Break Widow, or Break Diva, Tracer with everyone. There's
You need to send me some resources so I can do
oh my god, I have
research.
so many Widow, like hot Widow pictures as well. This is like Overwatch scene when it comes to that is just chef's kiss. I love it. I
Very
love
good,
it.
very good,
Yeah.
very very good. Yeah, I think that is everything I have to say about my anime. See, the only problem that I have with anime,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm gonna be honest, like I understand it. I only watch Japanese with English subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
But my problem is I would watch way more anime, but because it's subbed, I have to only focus on watching that, right? I cannot do anything on the side.
Yeah,
While
yeah,
when I watch any other TV show, like I can clean the kitchen while having it on my laptop or something like that. That's the
yeah.
thing. I can only focus on that, and I have fucking ADHD. I need to be doing 15 things at once at all times. So just watching anime is really hard for me. So I can like
But it's also
maximum
good
watch like
practice,
two or
huh?
three. Yeah, but I don't feel. It sounds weird, but it sounds. I feel lazy. Like if I don't do three things at the same time, I feel like I'm wasting my time. So if I sit down and watch 2 episodes, that's like half an hour, 40 minutes.
But that is a you problem, Julian.
I
That's in
know.
your head.
I
It's like
know.
watching something is also like a hobby and free time as everything else, reading a book or playing video games. And
Yeah.
that's just in our head that you feel like you're being lazy right now rather than just enjoying the moment, what you're doing in the moment, like being in the
Yeah.
moment, what you do right now. For me,
See.
for example, hmm?
Yeah. No, and I'm tempted and sometimes to watch the anime in
Hmm.
English, and then I started. I'm like, nah, that feels so
It's
wrong. I
awful.
have
Nah,
to.
yeah,
No, I
you
can't.
can't. You
I
can't.
can't. No.
No. For me, it's more like I need to be in a very specific mood for anime.
Hmm.
Because again, Japanese with English subtitles, it takes a lot of like
Brain power.
brain power, attention. You need to be there and you need to be present nonstop.
Hmm.
And as you said, like I just when I watch something on a PC, I like doing stuff in Photoshop or just edit stuff or whatever it is, right? While watching something. And with anime, it's also like I just I just need to be in the mood for the story because
Mm.
again, as you said earlier, they're very intense. There's a lot a lot of uh uh, uh what's the word substance
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
anime and you need to focus a lot and it takes so much like I'm in the beginning when I started doing this I was literally exhausted after it because you need to focus on so much. You watch it, you read it, you watch it, you read it. It's it's hard in the beginning, especially when you read in a second language, like the second language you talk, and not in your mother
Oh
tongue as
yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
your
then you
brain
have
is
a third.
constantly like processing.
And then you have a third language because you hear the Japanese as well. Like you need to
Yeah,
hear it
yeah,
for like the expressions and the mood you're that
yeah,
the characters are in and stuff. And then you kind of you get into this flow state where you don't notice that you read, where you're not sure if you don't
yeah,
focus, are you
yeah,
reading or are you listening right now, right?
yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, do I speak Japanese? And then you're like, nah, it's just my brain is an autopilot and can read
Yeah,
and
yeah.
listen and watch at the same time. But that is like so, I don't know. It's like a real flow state that you get into. And you know what? Today at night, I'm not going to the gym. I'm gonna watch anime because I'm on my period.
You gotta watch.
I'm gonna watch something. Yep.
What you watching?
I don't know. Like I have so much to
Hentai or
finish.
anime?
No, no, no. Actual anime. Hentai maybe afterwards. To finish off the evening on a nice note. But I think I might start kakegurui, like kakegurui,
Oh, Kakagurui,
kakegurui,
yes. One of my
gurui.
favorites, not gonna
Yeah, I
lie.
don't know.
It's so
I
fucked up. I love it.
also promised Laura that I watch her favorite one. Fuck, I
What's
forgot
her
what
favorite
it's called. With the cute little pink hair girl. Fuck, it's also on
one? Zero?
Crunchyroll. Uh, uh, uh.
Franks?
No.
No.
Fuck, I don't.
Short pink
I
hair.
don't. It's like everybody uses her. Let me see Crunchyroll. I think it's like one of the first things on Crunchyroll. Spy Family, exactly. Spy Family. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, I
So
haven't
Spy
even
Family.
seen
I need to.
Franks.
I need to watch. I think I might have to start Spy Family first,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Do
also
it.
have to finish so many things first. So much that I started and haven't finished. Story of my life.
That's what I don't like. I don't like starting a lot of animes. Like if I start with one, I need to finish this one. I know it's hard, especially with animes that have like 500 episodes,
Oh yeah.
but I cannot watch another one on the side. I absolutely dislike doing this. I cannot. Like I want to be in this one story like 100%, and I
Yeah.
cannot jump into another one meanwhile.
See,
I
for
don't like
me,
that.
that's okay. And yeah, maybe let's talk about our current favorite anime, like of our present time. For me, it's Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. That is a
Uh-huh.
new one that just started a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
New episode every Tuesday coming out. Really, really good. So tomorrow it's
Uh-huh.
Chainsaw Man again. I actually
Done.
still need to watch the one from last week. I think I didn't watch that one, or did I? I'm not sure. Anyway, Chainsaw Man, really good. Pretty similar to Jujutsu Kaisen, but I think that's
Uh-huh.
because the studios, they're like really good friends. I think
Uh-huh. Okay.
so. Similar humor, similar build up of the story ish.
Uh-huh.
But really, really good. Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, my two favorites.
I still need to. I might yoink your Crunchyroll access
Oh yeah,
maybe
yeah,
if I'm allowed
of
to
course.
start with all
Sharing, I
these
mean,
things because I haven't watched any of these. I really need to watch Jujutsu Kaisen and
mhm.
also Attack on Titan and all of that. It's uh, I'm so bad with this with keeping up with anime.
Remind me, I give you the login. We
Yeah,
can share,
thank you.
and then you have everything in like the good quality. There's
Go,
so many good ones.
no.
I got also from Laura. I got her must watch list because Laura
Uh-huh.
is like
She's the real one, yeah.
she's the mommy weep. She's like
Mm-hmm.
an egg. Like I'm a filthy casual weep, right? Like I'm the one. The only reason why I would say like I'm a real weep is because I'm into it for so long
Mm-hmm.
with pauses, but like I'm not like an ultimate weep that like has seen everything and just
Mm-hmm.
watches even the worst rated anime just in case there might be some hidden treasure in there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not there, but I feel like Laura is the one that literally can tell you everything. And for me,
Yeah.
it's also even though like I watch an anime from start to finish, I sometimes
Mm-hmm.
can only remember like names of two characters that I really like.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel
But
like
that's what
Laura is
normal
that
shows as
Percy.
well.
But Laura can probably tell you the name of every character in every anime.
Yeah,
I feel like she's that kind of person. She's
yeah.
that dedicated. That's why I
A
like
lot
her.
of knowledge and wisdom
Yeah.
in the weep scene.
I mean, I'm that
Nah,
kind of person. Also, when it comes to video games, dude, the whole lore shit. Oh man, I just can't be asked.
nah.
CBA, too much, too much.
I
I
don't
don't
need
have the
it.
attention span.
It's cool to have it, but I don't need it. Beside
No.
the Overwatch part.
I
Everything else
do
is.
get it. Like sometimes when I get into lore, it's really, really interesting. But for
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
me,
yeah.
I can't have like best example for me is Final Fantasy. The
Yeah.
lore Final Fantasy Online, like Final Fantasy 14 is the online one, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like the way you level and you get forced down like 3 million years of lore in 15 hours nonstop, like everything reading and like 3 voice lines in between. I'm like,
I
dude,
mean,
I'm just
it's an
gonna skip
MMO
through.
after all, right?
Yes,
With
but
good story.
give me cutscenes, give me voice acting, give me
You
something,
just skip them
flashbacks.
all the
Yeah,
time.
because I'm dyslexic, and if I try to read lore, I'm gonna fucking falsely assume lore. That is how
Take your
ADHD. I
time.
can't. It's not how dyslexia works.
Slow
I'm
down, young
literally.
one. Slow.
Do you know how much that time? Like, if I would, let's say, there's something that if you would read it, it would take you like 10 minutes. A part of lore, you know, where they like throw down like that much lore at you. You
Mhm,
know, you have to read. Let's say for you, it takes 10 to 15 minutes.
mhm.
I can do it in 10 to 15 minutes as well, but I will make up probably half of the words with my dyslexic brain, and in the end, I will have a complete different story than the one that has actually been told me, right? So I'm just gonna make up my own shit. So, but if I would want to really fucking focus and read everything correct, first of all, I'm probably gonna die from a stroke because I have to focus that fucking much. Can you imagine, by the way, how hard my fucking school life was for me to read
Yeah.
the assignment correct? That shit was hard, okay?
Mhm.
The amount of times I read a question wrong and answered something completely wrong just because I read the question wrong. Dude, I don't know. But anyway, that would probably take me an hour. Like if I would really, really want to read everything correctly, it would probably take me 2 to 3 times as long.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking. Like
But then again, when it comes to these games, I'd say like if you're interested in it, it's worth it. If not, then just skip it,
Yeah, I'm just
as you
really
did.
skip
Yeah,
hopping
yeah.
for everything.
But they are there, just saying. And there's also cutscenes where they have like long dialogues. Not only
I know.
alone, not
Alarm!
only reading them, but also like normal dialogues
Mm,
where they talk. But yeah, Fudge taught you to just skip it because he's no brain skipping it every time.
same
And
fudge.
then he complained when I didn't do that because I actually wanted to enjoy the game.
Resident
Yeah.
slipper. No, I mean I get both sides. Like I can really understand why there's some people that can
Mm.
literally when you play a game they can tell you, especially like in WoW or something like that. That's like an example for me because that is something I played a lot, right? And I know a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of lore, but then there's those lore entities to come in and they're like, "Do you actually know that Anduin is like this, and that's his uncle, and that's the first cousin of his mom's best friend that went to school together 500 years ago, and actually her firstborn." You know that kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, that is
Yeah.
super impressive, and I think it's so cool when somebody can actually tell me it in their own words, like in a short, summed up version.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really liked it, and I like to be like, oh guys, did you actually know that this
Yeah.
character, like I like this, but I do not like to
Doing
put
it
into
yourself?
work to
Yeah,
get
same.
all the information.
Dude, I played fucking Guild Wars 2
Hmm.
with Ben for, I don't know, 2 years, and I still don't know a single part of the map because I was so lazy and so used to him pointing me there or telling me where we are and stuff. I have no clue what I did in this game. You know what I mean? That's how lazy I was with
Yeah,
these things.
that's me
I
with
I
WoW when I
CBA.
started with Verena. Verena
Yeah,
did
yeah,
everything for me.
yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, guys, so if you want to let us know what is your favorite anime, what's your favorite manga, how did maybe give
What's
us
your
the
favorite
short
character?
version, yeah, favorite character, who is your crush, who is your waifu or husbando that you have a crush on. And maybe if you have a few minutes, let us know how you got into anime and manga. I would be really interesting. Was it like with
Mm-hmm.
us that you just had it in your normal TV program and fucked around and got addicted, or maybe did you got into it later in life? Would be super interested in that. We wanted to say thank you as well for listening, and I
As
think
always.
it was a nice episode today, a little bit different than usual. We wish you
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful rest of your day, and we see you again next week.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.